So there's a website on the internet called rentahitman.com. And before you ask, yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. A website where you can supposedly hire a hitman, which already sounds like the kind of thing a middle schooler would make after watching John Wick once and discovering HTML tutorials on YouTube at 3 a.m. The website looks fake. I mean, aggressively fake. It has all the subtlety of a flaming dumpster crashing through a church window. There are goofy slogans everywhere, fake testimonials, cartoonishly evil branding, and enough red flags to make a Soviet parade look colorless. And somehow, real people kept trying to hire assassins through it. Not one or two people either. Apparently, this site became catnip for criminals. It's like every future prison inmate collectively decided, yeah, this looks legit, which is honestly impressive because the website has the same energy as one of those old prank virus pop-ups saying, congratulations, you are the 1 millionth visitor. And somehow people still looked at it and thought, finally, professional murder services. That's the part that melts my brain into soup. These weren't cartoon villains twirling their mustaches in secret underground lairs. These were normal people, teachers, spouses, office workers, random weirdos walking among society like sleeper agents programmed exclusively to make terrible decisions. And instead of finding an actual hitman, which already would have been psychotic, they went onto a website called rentahitman.com like they were ordering DoorDash. Imagine being so unbelievably cooked that your assassination plan starts with typing hire hitman into Google. That is Looney Tunes criminal behavior. That's the type of mastermind activity you'd expect from a raccoon trying to commit tax fraud. Now, the craziest part is this website wasn't even originally made for this. It started years ago as some weird cybersecurity thing. The owner, Bob Innes, bought the domain because hit was referring to web traffic hits, not actual murder. But then the project failed, the site sat around collecting dust, and somehow over time, people started emailing him asking for real assassinations, which is probably the worst inbox surprise imaginable. Most people wake up to spam emails about crypto scams or horny singles in their area. This guy woke up to people requesting homicide packages like they were shopping for Netflix subscriptions.
This is just a lot of solicitations from people around the world. And I'm the webmaster of rentahitman.com, your point-and-click solution.
And instead of shutting the site down immediately, he leaned into the joke, which somehow made things worse. The website became even more ridiculous. There's fake testimonials from happy clients, joke service packages, and enough satire to slap you in the face with a frying pan. Yet, despite all of this, people kept submitting actual murder requests through the contact form. At that point, humanity should have just accepted the L and quietly unplugged the internet. We had a good run, because once authorities got involved, this goofy little parody site transformed into the world's dumbest criminal bear trap, and the people falling for it somehow got even dumber over time. Now, when I say the website looked fake, I need you to understand the level of fake we're dealing with here. This wasn't some dark web assassin marketplace hidden behind 17 VPNs and a blood ritual. No, this thing looked like it was designed by a sleep-deprived uncle surviving entirely on Monster Energy and unresolved anger. The homepage literally had slogans about being HIPAA compliant, which is already hilarious because apparently even fake hitmen care about protecting your medical records. Imagine a dude in a ski mask showing up to commit a felony, and before doing anything, he hands you a clipboard saying, "Don't worry, bro, your privacy matters to us." The site also claimed to have over 17,000 field operatives worldwide, which sounds less like an assassin network and more like the world's worst esports organization. Like, imagine thousands of dudes wearing cargo shorts standing around waiting for murder quests like NPC mercenaries in Skyrim. It's absurd. Every inch of this website practically screamed, "This is a joke." It may as well have had a giant animated GIF of a clown doing backflips across the screen. And people still took it seriously. That's the terrifying part. We share oxygen with these people. They vote, they drive cars. Some of them probably remind the teacher there was homework due. Society is being held together by duct tape and pure luck. One of the earliest major cases involved a woman who allegedly tried hiring a hitman to kill her husband through rentahitman.com. Again, not the dark web, not some criminal underworld connection, a parody website that looked like it should have been advertising fake sunglasses next to free Robux generators. She filled out an actual service request form describing the target and payment details like she was scheduling pest control. That's the level of confidence we're dealing with here. And Bob Innes, the owner of the site, basically became the internet's accidental hall monitor. Every time somebody submitted something serious, authorities got involved, which means somewhere out there is a detective whose entire job occasionally involves reading emails from people dumb enough to submit murder applications through a joke website. Imagine explaining that career path to your family at Thanksgiving. Yeah, honey, today I arrested a guy because he tried outsourcing homicide through a website with cartoon graphics. The more cases you look into, the worse it gets. There were people trying to hire assassins for exes, business partners, spouses, random family members. At one point, it basically became Yelp for sociopaths, except instead of leaving bad restaurant reviews, people were allegedly trying to order murders because they couldn't process emotions like normal human beings. Therapy exists, breakups exist, eating ice cream while crying exists, but no, these people skipped every emotional coping mechanism and speed ran directly into federal charges. And what kills me is imagining their thought process before submitting the form. Did they sit there nervously rereading their request like it was a college application? Should I sound more professional while requesting homicide? Maybe attach a resume, maybe include references. It's insanity, pure handcrafted stupidity. But somehow, the website kept growing in popularity because every arrest made the story even more viral. And the internet, being the internet, immediately became obsessed with this bizarre cycle of idiots repeatedly walking into the same obvious trap, like NPCs with broken pathfinding. And honestly, the website becoming viral probably made the whole thing even worse, because once people heard about it, there were basically two reactions. Normal people looked at it and laughed because it was obviously satire. Then there was the second group, the people whose brains apparently run on expired lunch meat and Windows Vista era sounds. Those people saw the exact same website and thought, finally, reliable customer service. That's what fascinates me about this entire story. These weren't criminal masterminds. These people had the strategic planning abilities of a damp sock. Every case feels like watching someone repeatedly slam into a glass door that says pull in giant letters. It's impossible not to stare. One woman allegedly submitted a request trying to have her ex-wife killed over a custody dispute. Another guy supposedly wanted a child murdered. At that point, the story stops being funny for a second and just becomes deeply concerning. Because underneath all the absurdity, these were real people genuinely trying to hurt someone, and they were willing to trust a website that looked like it was one pop-up ad away from infecting your computer with 17 different strains of malware. But then the absurdity swings right back around and punches you in the face again because some of these requests were unbelievably detailed. People included addresses, schedules, names, photos, payment discussions, basically building a federal case against themselves like they were trying to unlock an achievement called speed running prison. And Bob Innes just kept forwarding everything to authorities, which honestly turned this dude into the most unexpected vigilante of all time. Batman fights crime from the shadows. This guy fought crime by owning a domain name with the same energy as a fake GTA cheat code website. Incredible. The interviews with him are hilarious too because he always sounds so exhausted by the stupidity. You can tell this man expected maybe a couple edgy teenagers sending joke emails. Instead, he accidentally became the manager of the internet's dumbest confession booth.
Yeah, so I received an email one morning. I was down in Los Angeles at the time, helping my brother move, and I could tell this lady was not healthy. Let's put it that way. She had indicated she wanted to have 3 people murdered, family members, because she was upset that they had stolen her inheritance. I could tell, I just had this instinct that she was serious about what she wanted done. That was the first email that really kind of started the site.